What's going on? Welcome to Beyond Life Motivation with the champ. What's the deal?
All right, we're going to be going over a few questions today and ask you a little bit about yourself. For the people who don't know who you is, tell them your name and where you from.
Pernell Barrett from the 50s, Kansas City, Missouri.
So you grew up in Kansas City, born and raised in Kansas City, huh?
Yeah, on the 50s, yeah.
So what was Kansas City like for you as a teen growing up?
It was fun. It was lit. We ain't had no curfew. We ain't had to go in the house or nothing because we grew up in the crack area where our moms was outside. So yeah, it was real fun. It was going crazy.
So what point or what age do you consider yourself being off the porch, as they say?
Shit, 9 years old. Early. Yeah. I was born in 84. I was off the porch in 93. So my uncles then was outside. I was outside too. So we was lit. For sure.
And where was your daddy at around this time? Did you have your mama and your daddy in the household or what?
Nah, I mean I had my mama with me, but you know, we was in the streets together. I was rocking with her, whatever she was doing. You know, I just rolled with her. But my daddy, you know, he wasn't nowhere around. He wasn't hitting on nothing. But we knew who he was, but he wasn't coming around or nothing like that.
So what was a tragic experience in the streets around the age of 9 to the age of about like 15? What was a tragic experience in your life that you had?
Shit, I had a couple of them. Shit, when I was 12, I got shot with an AK at my knee, you know what I'm saying? So that was the first tragic. And then like the second tragic was I was staying in a hotel with one of my best friends, and him and his girl got killed. Just so happened me and him got into it that day, so I wasn't at the hotel, but yeah, for sure.
I want to go back to what you just said. You said you got shot at 12. How does a 12-year-old get shot in the street?
I mean, shit, where I grew up at, you know, I grew up on 57 to Wabash, so it was a lot of traffic going on. It was a lot of drug dealing, it was a lot of gang banging, it was a lot of different people hanging out over there. So, you know, my uncles got into it with some other dudes from like 3 blocks over, you know, they was thugging too. They was getting money and gang banging and young and trying to make a name for themselves too. So they got into it, you know. My uncles and them got on them one day and they came back and got on us the next day. I just happened to get hit.
Okay, so a lot of people that's been shot say that they didn't feel it. Some people say that they have felt it. When you got shot at 12, did you feel it or not?
Yeah, it really hurt. It just was stinging real bad. It's like 100 bees stinging you, you know what I'm saying? That's all it really was like a hard sting, like a real jumbo big bee stinging you. That's what it felt like to me.
Do you remember what day you got shot? Was it a Wednesday, a Thursday, a Friday?
Yeah, it was, I think August 12th, 1996. Like a Tuesday, because I had to go to juvenile court that morning. And that's why I was on the block that day. Because me and my little cousin Diamond, we was hanging out, smoking weed. I said, I gotta go home. I gotta go to court tomorrow because I had a juvenile case pending for assault. So that's how I knew, because my mama was at home waiting on me. And when I got up on the porch, that's when, you know, I felt kind of funny. I knew something wasn't right, but yeah.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask you. So, where was schooling at around this time? How is a 9-year-old able to make this decision to be in the streets and get shot at the age of 12 and you're supposed to be in school?
Cause my uncle Tony Barrett, he was big time too. But one thing I can say about him, he used to wake us up and make us go to school. But when we got home from school, we had to sell the drugs that they had. So it was just, you know, we had to go to school. They didn't play about going to school where I was from. So you're gonna get up and go to school, but when you get out of school, you're gonna sell this dope, and then you can go play with your friends after that.
So how was the recovery process of being shot? How long did that take? What was that like?
It took like 12 or 13 months, because I was in a wheelchair for 9 months because they blew my kneecap out. So they had to do a skin graft on this part of my knee and take the skin from up here and put it there. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go through therapy, and the therapist had to make my knee bend and move it back, and stuff like that. But yeah, I was in a wheelchair for 9 months. After I got out the wheelchair, they put me in crutches, and once I got in the crutches, I was able to go back to school. And then, after that, I just got to walking on it. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't an easy recovery because I really wasn't supposed to walk. But my Uncle Will and them made me come. They came to the hospital and made me walk. They like punched me in my chest and all that, made me get up, get up, get up. Calling me soft and all that because I was laying in bed and all that. So it just made me want to get up. They forced me to get up as a kid. So yeah.
You talked a little bit about being in juvenile and stuff like that. When was the first time you was arrested, and what was you arrested for?
10 years old, I was arrested for selling weed. Yeah, man, I had the police pulled up on me on Wabash and caught me with some weed, and I got arrested for that. That was my first crime.
And how long did you stay in jail for that?
I stayed in jail for 1 day until my grandma came and got me, but you know how the court case go, it just keep going and going and going, and I never really got the case resolved because I kept catching cases after that. So it was like, I get caught with some weed, get out, then I catch a gun case, get out, stolen car case, get out. So by the time they got done with me, I just was sitting in juvenile for back and forth. Ongoing thing. Yeah.
Okay, so now you're here locked up in juvenile and stuff like that, and you're around people that's just like you with the same mentality as you. How was that?
I ain't gonna lie, it was fun. Cause I really, really thought that me and my cousin Diamond was the only type of people like that. But once I got in juvenile, I started figuring out like dudes from 12th Street, 33rd, 5-1, 27. That's how I started running into all the hoodlums, all the young dudes that was active and that was out there. That's how everybody got to knowing us and we got to knowing them, cause we was all some badass little kids. Crips, Bloods, all that. So yeah.
What do you think the worst part of your experience was when it comes to being locked up?
In juvenile or in prison? Which one?
Just period, overall. What's?
My worst experience was my last experience. My last experience when I went to jail was like a serious crime, and I seen a lot of young dudes get like life in prison. And one incident that really made me realize it was real. This dude named Jones, his mom and them paid like $40,000 for his lawyer. He was locked up for a murder and accidentally shooting this little girl in the mouth. And they paid the lawyer like $30,000-$40,000. And he had the thought process that he was gonna beat the case, but man, they ended up giving that dude life plus 40 years, man. And when he came in from court, he fainted, and I was like, ooh-wee. And I was locked up for something similar to what he was locked up for, but I just was like, damn, they ain't playing. I seen a lot of young dudes get life in jail. A lot of them. 20, 30 young dudes, 150 years, 190 years, and stuff like that. It just kind of scared me a little bit.
So when you're in Kansas City on the streets and you're not locked up, you have certain issues with individuals. But when you end up in jail with those same individuals that you had issues with on the street, do you still have issues with them in jail?
It just depends on which individual it is. But a lot of them individuals be kind of like scared. A lot of dudes that shoot guns and stuff on the street, when they go to jail, they be scared. So,
because I hear a lot of people say stuff like when you go to the penitentiary and stuff where we from, it'd be St. Louis versus Kansas City, and Kansas City just rocking Kansas City, no matter if y'all into it or not.
Nah. I mean, for me, it's different because a lot of them St. Louis dudes was tough to me, so I hung with a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? And, I ain't dissing nobody, no, but a lot of Kansas City dudes that was shooting them guns on the streets was scared. They really didn't know how to fight. They didn't really want to fight, and I didn't want to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted them to know that I'm fighting, I'm standing on everything, all that. Anybody that was locked up with me, they know I stood on all mine. I like to fight. So I hooked up with a lot of St. Louis dudes because I was locked up on the St. Louis side. See, when you on the Kansas City side, like in Cameron, when it's a lot of Kansas City dudes, they tough there. But when you put them in a camp where it's a lot of St. Louis dudes, a lot of them, they really like tuck their tail. Cause I done seen a lot of them get their food took and beat up and ran off the yard and paid money to stay and everything. But they ain't do me like that because they knew I was thorough.
How many fights do you think you had in jail here in the county?
Yeah, they know. Yeah. But in Jackson County, with me, Diamond, Tyson, and Throwback, BG, it was a lot of us in there. I probably had like our little Porky too when we was all in there. And I think I probably had like 70-something fights in like 2.5 years that I was in Jackson County. Yeah.
So I want to go back to where you said you was from. You said you're from the 50s. It's a rapper named Pt.1 that's from the 50s as well. Did you know who that was?
Yeah, I know Pt.1. Yeah.
You have any relationship with him? What could you tell me about him?
Yeah, Pt.1 was cool. I liked the Pt.1, man. To me, he was a big kid. You know, if it's left up to me to say he was a big kid, he was a funny dude, he was a caring dude, but you know, he had Kansas City in him. Anybody that grew up in Kansas City got Kansas City in him. They do a lot of stuff that you might not understand, but I know what's up with him, though. Yeah.
What was your reaction and how did you feel when you found out Pt.1 was pronounced dead in Las Vegas away from his hometown?
You know, me and DB talked about it. You know, I was hurt because I know they was hating on him. I already told him they was hating on him. You know what I'm saying? They knew he was gonna blow up. He was to me, he was one of the hardest rappers that come out of Kansas City at that time. You know what I'm saying? But anybody that know Pt.1, you know, he gonna say what he wanna say. He gonna do what he wanna do. He was just like the rest of us that was growing up in Kansas City. Nobody scared nobody. So if he wanted to do what he wanted to do, he's gonna do what he wanted to do. But yeah, I was hurt though. I ain't gonna lie.
A lot of people say Pt.1 came from Grandview and moved to 51st. Do you know anything about that?
Not really, but you know, they say he was born. I mean, he had family in Grandview, but I used to see him in the 50s growing up. I used to see him with like Dickie outfits on and stuff coming from 50th in Michigan, because I used to be all through the 50s growing up. I always seen Pt.1 in the 50s. But you know, he did used to be out in Kirktown with Tone Capone, Bone, and you know, all them was together, but that don't make him not be from the 50s. I got so much love for him. I'm gonna take up for Tone while I'm talking about it. That's just how I am. Period.
You and Pt.1 never bump heads at all?
Nah, him and DB had a little issue though. I ain't gonna lie, but him and DB had an issue, and it was a few issues that occurred, but it still was respect and love for each other though, because my grandma knew him. He loved, you know, he used to pull up on 53rd in Brooklyn, and it just was, you know, it was resolved fast. That's all I can say. But yeah, it was a few issues, a few of them. Yeah.
So Kansas City got another rapper by the name of Rich the Factor from 10th Street.
Oh yeah. They Rich the Factor, a legend.
Did Rich the Factor and Pt.1 have any type of relationship?
I really can't say. I don't really know about that. I mean, they got songs together and stuff, but I don't really know how their relationship was. But
you know who was rapping first?
Oh yeah, Rich the Factor. Yeah, Rich the Factor. I remember when he started rapping, 1994. His first CD was called Getting a Grip. Yeah. That was my favorite rapper as a kid, Rich the Factor. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to go back to your childhood and bringing up. Did you ever finish school?
Yeah, I got my GED. Yeah. Yeah.
Any best friends growing up? Any one main friend?
Hell yeah. Now I ain't gonna lie. I had a lot of best friends, and what made
one main friend that stands out?
Man, I ain't got one that stand out. Everybody I grew up with stand out. And the crazy thing about it is, that's what scares me about having friends. Every time I got close to somebody, they got killed. That's what really made me nervous about having friends.
So if you was to put a number on it, how many friends did you have then?
Probably like 9 to 10 of them. best, good friends that I know I could trust that I was rocking with. Yeah.
And how many of them are around now?
Shit, none of them. Zero. I got Marcel Sanders and Lil J, they around, but the main ones that I used to go, we was locked in, it didn't matter what, they all gone. Yeah.
Where was your friends at the time of their death?
Tyson was on the streets, in the 30s, Will got killed, Grenade, Therese got killed on 39th and Jackson. Tim got killed in his house. Dave got killed in a hotel. Just in the streets.
So basically they all got killed in their hometown.
Yep, in the streets.
Yeah. Do you still live in your hometown?
Hell no.
Would you ever move back to your hometown for any reason?
Hell no. I'm gone. See ya.
If you was able to give any young person from where you from in the streets one piece of advice, what would that be?
Boy, if you in them streets and you playing with your life, boy, you better be ready to die and go to jail, bro, because they ain't faking up there in Kansas City. Them boys will dog you. Yeah, they will dog you. Boy, you better stop playing. You better listen to your mama. You better go get you some help. You better go to jail or something. Because, boy, them boys shoot up there from Kansas City. They not no games.
What do you feel like Kansas City is missing as a whole?
I just think they don't really have nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? Moving to where I moved to, I just think they don't have nothing to do. They don't know how to have fun. They don't know how to kick it. They got them small little clubs on them corners. They need to just open it up and make it to where them dudes can have fun. Like, I don't know, man. They need to take them pistols from them dudes, man. For real, man. They shooting them pistols up there, man. They need to get them niggas a swimming pool or something. A go-kart, they need to get them something. Some coochie or something, man. Cause yeah.
If you can go back in time knowing what you know now, would you ever want to relive your life?
Hell yeah, I would. But to be honest with you, I don't regret nothing I went through. I'm glad I went through everything because it makes me understand life on a whole nother level. A lot of people who ain't been through what I've been through, they not strong. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? We want to thank y'all for tuning in, and this is my boy Tyson's birthday, man. R.I.P. Tyso, you know what I'm saying? R.I.P. all my brothers, man. I'm beyond life. I'm lucky to be here, and I thank God that I'm here, and every day I'm here, I'm going to enjoy that. I'm going to be happy every day. Nothing in this life can make me mad, misunderstanding, or nothing. I ain't letting nothing stop me. I'm the champ. I go beyond life. I'm pound for pound, and you going to dig that. I ain't laying down for Nathan.
All right, y'all. Well, it's a wrap. This is part 1. We're going to come back and hit you with part 2 of Beyond Life. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and share. And let us know what you feel in the comments below.